There's lots of you on here, which is amazing. It's great to see. I'd love it to be interactive. If you do have any questions as I go through this masterclass, then please ask. I will be doing a questions and answers right at the very end. But before we get started, for those of you that don't know me, my name's Melanie Brooks. I'm a product strategist and a business coach. I'm going to share with you how I've become a business coach and product strategist and why I'm so passionate about creating product businesses. And I'm also going to show you, which is the most important part, is how you can create your own without overwhelm, without wasting time, without wasting money. So let's jump straight in. So this is for you if you're a service-based coach, if you are a fitness coach, if you're a blogger, if you basically have a business and would love to add product to it. So you've got an idea for maybe a planner or a makeup line or eyelash line or maybe a skincare line. You want to develop something that's unique to you and offer your clientele your own personally branded products. So this is definitely for you. It might be that you're a mum, just like me, and sick of the 9 to 5, probably doing overtime, probably not getting paid what you're worth, and you want to create your own business. Maybe you've got a passion for a product. You've had this idea for years. It happens a lot. You've got your own idea. You would love to launch your own product. You just don't know how. Maybe you hate your job. You're doing it because you have to, but you would love to have something that's your very own. You have flexibility. You see dream lifestyles on social media and you just want that for yourself, but you're not prepared to take that step until you know exactly how. So for all of you, you are in the right place because I'm going to show you exactly how you can do it. So what I'm going to share with you, the detail of what I'm going to share with you over the next half an hour, 40 minutes, I'm going to share with you the myths of launching a product-based business. Let me tell you, there are lots of them, but I've narrowed it down to the main ones. I'm going to share with you how I know the myths through my background, who I work with, and what it is I do. I'm going to share with you the #1 reason why you haven't launched your product business. How do I know? Again, I'm going to let you into a little secret later on, but I know what the #1 reason is. I'm going to show you how you can get it wrong, because you absolutely can get building a business wrong. I know from experience, because like anybody who has built businesses successfully over many years, the last 3 years has been building businesses for myself and my clients. When it was my businesses, when I was in that learning phase, then of course I got things wrong. I also see it with the clients that come to me and work with me. What goes wrong? I can spot the steps straight away. So I'm going to share them with you, because when you know what not to do, you can avoid it. I'm going to share with you the steps, what it does take to launch your business successfully, and I think you're going to be really surprised. As I said, I'm going to open up the Q&A right at the very end, and I've also got something really special to share with you, so stay on to the end, because this is just for everybody who's on live today. So a little bit about me before we step into the how, who, where. So I would have described myself as a career mummy. Over the last 20 years, I've been a retail buyer working for some really quite big names in the UK. We are global businesses that we've worked with. I've launched thousands and thousands of products successfully. I've launched thousands of brands within brands, mini businesses within businesses. The last 7 years has been the head of buying at Boohoo, where I built up that business along with my peers, along with an entrepreneurial family that started the Boohoo business. It was amazing. I absolutely loved it. For the last 20 years, I've traveled the world. I've bought from Singapore, Indonesia, America, Europe, the UK, a real mix. And I've always absolutely loved that whole sourcing element. And it's not difficult to do. I'm going to share some of that with you today. I've been featured in magazines, that was Cosmopolitan, about how I've developed the business, how I run the buying department, what it was I did. So there's been some really exciting times within that. Now, this is my world. This is why I am now not in that corporate world of, I'm going to say 9 till 5, but I don't think I've ever done 9 till 5. It was more like 8 till 8. That's the demands of a high level corporate role, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I wouldn't change any of it for the world. But what happens when your own world comes along? Well, it just stopped fitting. I wanted to be able to have flexibility, have the lifestyle, not just the income, and have it all. And I got to the point where I thought, you know what, I'm going to go and do it. And that's exactly what I've done. I took that leap of faith, I took that step, and I started to build my businesses. And now I get to help lots of other women do exactly the same. So what I've achieved, how can I share the information I'm going to share with you? Of course, you're going to want to know my background. So I've created a six-figure business around the 40 plus hours a week I was already doing in a demanding career, and 2 children at the time. So you can say that time management is definitely my thing. I've helped hundreds of women hit their goals, confidence, extra income, lifestyle changes, everything and anything that women want, I'm able to help them with through focusing on their business needs. I built a successful career in buying. As I said, I was the head of buying. I ran that department. I absolutely love that team. And a little bit of a fact, I don't have a CV. I haven't had a CV for the last 10, 15 years. And I'm really proud of that, because what that shows is, as I grew and developed my career, I got new positions based on them phoning me, which was really cool. I didn't need to go through agencies. I didn't need to apply. They come to me, which is pretty exciting. I run my own Amazon business, so I don't just coach women how to build businesses. I run my own business. And for me, it's all about passive income, and I'll share a little bit with you later on. And I've recently launched my own dream planner, or your dream planner. Why? Because I wanted to. I am the typical female who spots an idea and just wants to run with it. I wasn't always like that. It took me a long time to change from that work mentality to entrepreneurial mentality. But once you've got the steps, once you know how, literally anything is possible. And I'm also going to share with you, I have 3 children. You know, it can be pretty hectic at times running businesses, getting everything done, and yep, it doesn't always happen. So there's some crazy mornings in our house. So if you are a mum like me, then you will completely resonate with this. So let's bust the myths. That's the main thing. Let's start there. The one thing I always hear is that I need thousands, I need hundreds, and thousands of pounds to launch my own product business. No, that is not the case. When you know how to order minimum order quantities, when you know where to source from, when you know how to source, because within sourcing, there's 5 different routes you can take, and all depending on how you want to build your business and the end goal. The other myth that I hear is it's time consuming running a product business. Yes, it can be. I would imagine running any business, it can be really time consuming. But the one thing that I focus on is strategy and making automation work for every single business. Things like fulfillment centers are a great part of running a product-based business, because you get somebody else to do it all. And again, it's not about investing thousands and thousands. It's all worked into your product cost. See, so it doesn't have to be time consuming. You need lots of family and friends to buy from you. Well, yeah, do you know what? That'd be really nice, wouldn't it? If you launched your business and you had lots of family and friends from buying from you to start with, great. But you know what? That isn't sustainable. That isn't why we build product-based businesses. The way that we do it is by creating a market, creating a following, creating a list, creating who you're going to serve. And again, that's all part of what I'm going to share with you today. The other myth is hard to find suppliers. Well, this was the one that shocked me. But why? It shocked me because I'd done this for 20 years. So to me, it was super easy. But actually, I get it. I get that from somebody who's not done it before, then yeah, it's going to feel really hard. But it's not. It's just knowing where to look, knowing exactly what you want from your supply source, and putting in the action. So I hope you can see from there that, and I hope you've got that little bit of feeling of excitement now to think, they're the things you don't have to worry about. You can put that to one side and carry on dreaming big about that business that you want to be able to create. So the number one reason why you haven't launched your business, I want you to let me know, pop in the comments box, pop in the chat box if this is you. I can see, yeah, yes, yeah, I'm totally scared. Yep, I see it, Charlotte. I get it, Sarah. I know, I completely get it. So I know that the number one reason why you haven't launched your business is because you're scared of wasting your time and you're scared of wasting your money. I get it because I am exactly the same. I would not want to start anything if there was a thought that I was going to scare, be scared or waste my time. I haven't got any time. I don't have time. I create time for what I want to do. I'd be really worried about wasting lots of money. And yes, over the last 3 years, there's been times when I've learned from some of the things I've done. They might have not been the best things for me to do because I hadn't learned how to do it. I'll give you a clue: Facebook ads, social media. It's easy to waste money in those things when you don't know how. But luckily, I took control. I learned how to do it. I invested in myself. And now it's one of the skills that I bring to the table. But yeah, I completely get it. This is not what you want to do, which is why I want to share with you now how you could waste your time and money, because there's no point just talking about it. I'm going to share with you exactly how you would waste your time and money. So lots of business owners choose a product and just assume that the potential customers are going to love it. They have the attitude, well, I love it, it's going to be targeted at somebody like me, and they think buying and investing in stock is going to solve all problems. There is absolutely an element of you have to love your product. You don't have to, but it's a great way to move your business forward. However, never assume. It's buying 101. As buyers, we never assumed anything. We would always make sure we understood our customers and we understood their needs, wants, desires. Because when you know how to do that, you take away the risk of purchasing a product that nobody wants. The second way to waste your time and money: you don't follow a product launch strategy. In most cases, it's because you don't know what that is, or worse, you just have no strategy at all. That is going to cause problems later down the line. You might be able to source a product, you might be able to buy that stock, but what happens next? How are you going to market it? Who are you talking to? Where are you positioned in the marketplace? They are really, really important factors when you're product launching. The next way is you launch a product without a list to launch to. Now, there's a caveat to this. Obviously, you've got to have a list and you've got to have somebody to launch that product to. But right now, that doesn't matter if you've not got a huge network. It doesn't matter if your friends and family aren't interested in what you want to do. It really doesn't matter. What's important is you know exactly how to build a list, how to nurture a list, how to find your ideal customer. That's the key. So you do that before you get to that product arriving ready for distribution, because that way you've got a market, you've got an audience to market to. This is why I absolutely love developing products with service-based entrepreneurs too. Think about it. If you're a makeup artist, a blogger, you're already in business and you have got an audience, why not develop a product that's perfect for them? Because you've already skipped the stage of not having a list. So it's a pretty cool way to bring in an additional income and a passive income. The other ways that I've just touched upon it, but you don't know how to build funnels, you don't know how to run effective Facebook ads, maybe you think boosting is as good as it's going to get, you don't know about Power Editor, you don't know how to nurture your email list, maybe you have an email list or maybe you don't, but you don't talk to them, you don't know how to engage. That's a key part of your marketing strategy that you're going to have to get knowledgeable on to be able to build those sales that you want. You don't identify why your customer should buy your product. I see this so often. There's people, entrepreneurs with amazing products. Recently, just very recently, a lady had launched, I'll call her a lady, I don't want to mention names, but she'd launched this amazing makeup range. It was fab. But from a website perspective, from a social media perspective, there was no call to action. There was no reason why her customers would visit and buy her products over every other brand that's out there. Now, it was very easy to solve because she had some real unique selling propositions underneath there. She'd just not understood how she needed to pull them out, how she needed to identify them, and how she then needed to market them. Once she had that, Voila, she's got a brand that people want to invest in. She's got a brand that people want to shop, want to buy, and want to feel when they feel good when they're purchasing that product. So it's about identifying why your customers should buy your product. With me so far? Okay, let's go on to the next stage. So this is exactly how you create your dream business. This is the blueprint that I've used thousands and thousands of times in businesses. This is the blueprint I've used hundreds and hundreds of times within my own businesses and within clients' businesses. Research, research, research. It's so important. I get that it's really exciting, guys, that you just want to get in there, you've got your product idea, and you just want to go and do it. Or maybe you're at the stage where you're just researching, and then nothing's come from it. And every time you research, you put another block in place. Somebody else is doing it, it's not going to work for me. How's that going to happen? So the idea of this stage is all about researching, analysing, and then doing. I'm such a doer. Honestly, I'm also I'm gonna go off on a tangent here, but I love numerology. I love the whole law of attraction, the whole way the universe works. And reading my numerology chart, one of my key life numbers is around being a doer. So this is the bit I love. It's about researching your audience. It's about researching what you want your brand to be, brand values, not just logo, not just design, but what you want your brand to stand for. What is it that makes your brand different? And that, trust me, there'll be lots and lots of reasons because each and every one of us is unique. Competition. You've got to research your competition. Now, this isn't about copying. It's not about looking at them and getting really disheartened, going, oh, they're doing that and I'm not. This is about taking key takeaways from that, learning how you can improve your product, how you can improve your brand, what you can do different, what you can do better. It's a great platform to start from. Suppliers. Research, research, research. You've got to reach out. You've got to find them. Private label is amazeballs. I absolutely love private label sourcing. It's what I coach and it's what I do. There's lots of other ways to build a supplier business. There's wholesaling, a little bit like I would describe wholesaling as a little bit like a middleman. So there is going to be some additional cost, but the great value of and the great benefit of working with wholesalers is you can buy very, very small quantities. What might be a pack of 8, might be a pack of 12. So you can see when we're talking about investment, it doesn't have to be huge. Private label, the reason why I absolutely love it is because you can create a personally branded product. You might decide you want to create a nail varnish line. You might decide you want to create a stationery line, a pen line, something from the home, candles, picture frames. You don't need to have huge, extensive product ranges to create your business. You can go very niche and very small and create something that people, your target audience, are going to want. So you see how you don't need huge investment. I coach private label because it's the one that you can be creative in. It's the one that can make you stand out from the crowd and it can be unique, which you can't do with the other suppliers or choices of suppliers that you can go for. You've got to research your product. You've got to be really clear on why you're doing it, who's going to want it, what's going to be different, what does it look like, how does it feel, where's it positioned price-wise. All of those areas take research. It's then about analysing that data, which is what buyers are. What we do is as experienced buyers, is we analyse all of those and we pull out the action points and then take action. The next stage is create a strategy. You can't have a business without a business strategy. It doesn't have to be boring. It doesn't have to be pages and pages of a business plan if that's what you don't want to do, but you've got to create your strategy. What's your vision? Where are you going? Why are you doing it? What are the steps you're going to take to get there? You've got to include those numbers. Work it out. Look at how many units you can buy. Look at what it's going to cost for you to buy that stock. Look at different platforms. Look at Amazon, eBay. Look at whether that's going to be Etsy. Look at it whether it's going to be your own website. Look at the numbers and what's involved, and you'll soon see how you can build a really profitable business. Think about it. If you've got a product that you're retailing for £20 and you decide that you're going to build a plan where you sell just two items every single day, can you imagine what that does to your numbers? Can you imagine what that does to your turnover? It's insane. It's insane. We're not talking here selling hundreds and hundreds a day. We're talking about selling just two items at £40 per day, at £20 per day. Can you imagine? It's scary, isn't it? You're looking at £1,000, £2,000, £3,000, £4,000, £10,000. The list goes on, depending on how many items you want to sell a day and working backwards. You've then got to start sourcing your products. You've got to look at those suppliers, reach out, create good relationships. That's the key. I still am in touch with suppliers I've worked with over the last 20 years because I've built strong relationships in business. That's what's important. And then you start to develop that give and take to get the best of what you want from your suppliers. You're going to create your website. Again, you don't need huge investment. You don't have to have at this stage somebody to go and do it for you. Create it yourself. There's so many different platforms you can use. You can use WordPress.org, you can use Shopify, Squarespace, literally everything to be able to build your own platform. It might be that you start with your Facebook page. There's always a way around every solution. Every challenge, there's a solution. Develop your social media strategy and funnels. It's the one thing that I implemented in my business that made the difference. I spent at least a year telling myself I couldn't use Facebook ads. They were too expensive. It was costing me a fortune. I didn't know how to do it. It was what somebody else was good at. I'm not a social media strategist. That was my mindset. I got to the point where I had to take the leap of faith and I had to learn exactly how to do it. Now, in the process, I wasted money. I wasted money because I didn't learn off somebody. I decided to just give it a go. And it was the wrong attitude. But what it did show me is that by taking an active approach in how to do something and learning from the very best, then you also become somewhere in between knowing how to do it and an expert. I'm really, really proud of what I can do with social media and strategies and Facebook ads. For now, I get my clients leads from £1 a lead, 70p a pound, £1.20 a lead, which is pretty amazing. Go and check it out, ask out there, but I know exactly how to do that now and how to bring it to the table. Developing your know, like, and trust is one of the areas that you need to focus on. I always say it, if you've heard me before, if you've listened to my webinars, if you're in my group, then that know, like, and trust is really important because basically facts tell, stories sell. People want to know about you, especially as an independent brand, especially as an entrepreneur. It's about developing that trust because they want to get to know about you, your values, how you operate. You might come across, think about it, you might come across entrepreneurs who are feisty, who are direct, who are might come across as hard, and people will flock to them for that value that they get. You'll get somebody who's maybe a bit softer, who maybe has a different vibe, a different feel, more approachable. And again, it's about, there's no right or wrong way. It's about being you and authentic. When you are authentic as you in your brand, you will start to attract those customers to you. Is everybody with me so far? So what I want you to do, a little exercise, so bear with me, but I want you to close your eyes. I want you to imagine that in 8 weeks' time, you've launched your very own amazing, gorgeous planner, or your unique makeup line, or your gorgeous skincare product, or your clothing range, or your stationery products, whatever it is that you've got in mind. Think about it, visualize it. In the next 8 weeks, you've got those products there and they are yours. How does it feel? So you've developed it just as your vision. You've sourced it from a supplier you've loved working with. You've planned out your costs and your sell prices and your profits, exactly like a retail buyer does. Your dream target audience are ready and waiting to get their hands on it. With a branding you're so proud of and a social media strategy that rocks, you've basically got it all in place. You know that you've got to work hard. You know you've got to implement action. You know you've got to be effective, consistent, and persistent. You know all of that. You've achieved all of this with confidence. knowing the exact steps that it takes to make new business besties who've supported you on your 8-week mission. You've saved yourself that time we were talking about. You've saved yourself wasting money because you've used proven steps. I want you to think about, how does it feel? Let me know how it feels. Share in the comments box. You can open your eyes now, guys. So how would it feel? What comes up for you? Do you get goosebumps? Because I've got goosebumps now thinking about it. Honestly, I wish I could show you. But yeah, it's crazy when you start to really get really clear on what you want to achieve and that vision of delivering something. So yeah, I know, Janet. Yep, I get it. So Janet's feeling amazing. Sarah's still feeling a little bit scared, but loves the thought of it. Yep, it's good to have a little bit of that though. Keeps you on your toes. So how serious do you feel now about making it a reality? How serious are you about making your product come to life? Because this is the difference. When you know how not to do it, you can avoid. When you know the steps it takes, you can do it. So I'm going to share with you now the next stages. So these two lovely ladies, we've got Becky Rowe, we've got Lana Hussein, they at the moment are working through developing their own product ranges and brands. So just wanted to share a little bit of detail about them. These guys are working through it right now, which is exactly why I wanted to share it with you, because they're going through the process. They are feeling amazing going through the process. I hear so many times entrepreneurs building their businesses and panicking, feeling overwhelmed, not sure how to do it, not sure where to go with it. And it's really sad, because actually the process should be fun, it should be focused, and that's what that's what I want for everybody. I want every entrepreneur to feel empowered to build a business they're really, really passionate about. So what do we know so far? Before we go to the next stage, what do we know so far? We know that you feel amazing at the thought of changing your lifestyle. You know exactly how you can waste your time and your money. You've seen it. You know it takes a plan, proven steps in action. It now feels easier, doesn't it? Yeah, so it now feels easier because you know that it's about having a plan of action and knowing what steps to take. You know that you don't need thousands and thousands to invest. 250 units times by whatever your retail price is or your cost price will start to give you an insight into the types of money that you can use to launch your product business. You can launch with one product. You don't need to have hundreds and hundreds of products. You can create a passive income. If you've already got an audience as well, super passive income, because if you've already created a business, you can tap into that and leverage by creating products that suit the audience. That's the bit I absolutely love. And you don't need a huge network right now because you're going to build one. So, you don't have to stop your dreams just because your friends said they don't like your idea. Because friends, I love my friends to bits. I love other people's friends to bits. But sometimes, out of fear for you, they can put a dampener on what you want to do and how you want to step forward, and it will stop that entrepreneurial spirit. I've seen it, I've experienced it, and actually it's just fear-based, so you've got to step past that. So I'm now going to make it super easy. I'm going to make it that one step closer to you being able to deliver that dream, quit your job, create more money in your business and in your life, and really get to grips with doing something you're passionate about. So the Launch That Product Masterclass is an 8-week intensive online course with group calls with me, where we take you from creating your brand right from the very beginning, going through the steps I take, businesses take, clients take, exactly how to create your brand. We go through the product developing stage, exactly like a buyer would. So you might have a product idea now, brilliant. We go through that, we look at how viable it is. We look at what you can do to improve it. We look at where it's positioned in the marketplace. We do it exactly like a buyer. These two steps are fun. They are fun to do because it moves you forward in your business. Week 3, we identify your niche. We look at how we're going to target your competition. We look at how we're going to define what your brand stands for and how we make it stand out from the crowd. That's the point of difference. You'll feel confident in how your brand is going to be very different, or your product is going to be different from what's already out there. Week 4 is all about profits. So creating that full strategy and the numbers behind it. So you are super confident in the how, the where, and the when. Week 5, I love this module. it opens so many people's eyes to how easy you can source, how you can do it, where to go, how to ship if you need to, if it's offshore, how to create the passive income. So fulfillment, how you can use fulfillment rather than packing boxes in your house, how you can have a hands-off approach. So I absolutely love this module because this is where people's eyes definitely start to light up. Week 6, building your website, making it super easy, how to build that website, how to build effective Facebook ads that are not going to cost you a fortune and create leads that are going to convert into your customers. Week 7 is all around that know, like, and trust marketing. So going really deep on how you can create that know, like, and trust in your business. So your business, your uniqueness, and how you can market that. Week 8, you create your social media plan. So you get ready for that product arriving, that product launching, and you create your social media plan that's going to take you through the next year. Exactly what to post, how to post, all of those elements that you need. So there's no overwhelm. You can do everything from here, from this 8 weeks to set yourself up. How does that sound? Yeah, it sounds pretty amazing, doesn't it? It is amazing. So I can see the comments. Wow, yes, yes. I'm going to get to that. Stephanie's asking the investment. I'm going to share that with you, but bear with me. So they'll launch that product masterclass. Doors are now open. We launch on the 10th of January. We launch after Christmas, ready to go, so that by the time you get into 2018, you have a full plan, you know exactly what you're doing. The way it works is you have access to my membership site, which is over on www.melaniejbrooks.com. If you want to go and have a look, that's absolutely fine. I'm going to share something with you, so bear with me. We do it via workbooks, videos, and we have a weekly group call. So we get underneath your business at that time, answer any queries, ask for help, just be inspired by working through with a group of amazing women that want to change their lifestyles, want to leave their job, want to create that passive income. There's only 10 spaces available for exactly that reason. It's a small group of us working together to get results in a really short space of time. Now, book your space now at the end of this webinar to secure an early bird price of $495. The masterclass is full price at $695 once that early bird discount has gone. So it's entirely up to you. You can wait and book nearer the time, but it will be at that $695 price point. Or you can take advantage of that. You book now, reserve your space, and get making some serious actions going into 2018, which is pretty crazy, isn't it? Can you believe 2018 is around the corner? So how do you do that? There'll be a button that you'll be able to go straight there and book. This is also the web address that you need if you want to take that route. And what I'm going to do now, I'll flip back to this in a minute so you can all grab it. But I want you to ask yourself this question. Can you take these steps to realize your dreams on your own? If the answer is yes, then please do it. I promise you, being an entrepreneur, being in control of your time, your energy, your efforts, your lifestyle, having the time on with your babies, I know how amazing it feels. I feel so, so lucky and grateful every single day. So if you can do it on your own, please do it. Don't waste time. Don't procrastinate. Just go and do it. But if the answer is no, if you're not sure where to source from, if you're not quite sure how to not waste money creating Facebook ads, if you're not sure how to create the products that the idea in your head to make sure that your customer wants it, then you're going to need some help to do that. And that's what I do. That's exactly what I do. It's about getting results, creating businesses that are sustainable, that create income, that go through the steps retail brands take. So not skipping anything, not jumping ahead, not diving in with just a social media platform and hoping for the best. This is about taking and making a serious business. So let's go on to the Q&As. I'm just going to do 5 minutes because I know there's lots and lots covered in this already. I don't want to take much more of your time up, but I will answer a few questions. So Sarah, okay, yeah. So Sarah, yes, it's an intensive, it's 8 weeks, but you have lifetime access to the membership site because you can go at your own pace. Now we work through it I've worked through it. I've had ladies already work through it. We work through it at a pace, but it's doable. However, I get family life gets in the way. So you've just said you're already working. It's not a problem. You have full access for the lifetime of that course being available. It's not just the 8 weeks. So if you want to go back over things, if you want to relaunch after you've been through one launch and recap, then you can. It's all there for you. Yeah. So yes, it's the steps we take are they're there, they're effective, they're the ones that you take to work. You don't have to run Facebook ads, no. But if you want to leverage what is out there, if you want to leverage a niche audience that isn't your friends and family, then they are a really effective way to do it when you know how. Okay, yeah, there's still spaces left. So yeah, you just use that link. Okay, so Janet's asking, the price point, the price point will go up. It will go up after the early bird. It's for limited time only. It depends how many spaces go, to be honest. So I'll be watching that and potentially be switching off very, very soon. So it's entirely up to you. Once the 10 spaces have gone, that's it, they've gone. So again, depends whether we get to the full price before the early bird goes. Who knows? So we'll see how it goes. And yeah, okay, thank you, Charlotte. So I absolutely love sharing this with you. As you can probably tell, if I have got a little bit passionate, I tend to get louder. I tend to go off on a bit of a tangent. But I hope you got lots from this, and it is about making the difference between having an idea, dreaming about a business, wondering how to do it, putting your idea off for years. I hear it so many times. It's about taking action. 8 weeks, close your eyes, think about the difference it's going to make when you've got the steps you know how to launch, so that in 8 weeks' time, once the masterclass starts, you know exactly how to do it and you have a full plan in place. So that's it from me, lovely ladies. I do have a Facebook group, which is Intuitive Biz Babes, launched that product successfully. You are more than welcome to come over and join that. And I will be seeing you, I hope to be seeing you very soon. So book your space, get ready, make 2018 the best year yet.